people hear about making money from elephants, they usually think of illegal ivory trade or circus exploitation. But that is only one small and dark part of a much larger picture. In reality, some of the most expensive and legal elephant-based businesses operate quietly, wrapped in luxury, science, conservation language, and storytelling. At the center of this world is something so rare that it sounds fake when you first hear it: elephant milk. And even more shocking, elephant cheese. A product so difficult to make that only a few people on Earth have ever succeeded. And yet, it sells for prices that most people cannot imagine paying for food. This video is about how people turn elephants into million-dollar businesses without breaking the law.
The texture and consistency are exactly what we were aiming for. This batch is perfect.
Before we continue, if you enjoy deep stories that reveal how hidden industries really work, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss videos like this. To understand how people make millions from elephants, we need to start with one basic truth. Elephants are extremely difficult animals to work with. They are massive, intelligent, emotional, and slow to reproduce. An elephant pregnancy lasts nearly 2 years. A mother produces very little milk compared to cows or goats, and she only produces it for her calf, not for humans. This alone makes elephant milk one of the rarest substances on Earth. Now imagine trying to collect that milk. You cannot force an elephant. You cannot rush the process. You cannot separate the calf for long. Everything must happen slowly, carefully, and ethically, or the entire operation collapses. This is why elephant milk is not mass-produced. It never will be. And that is exactly why it becomes valuable. A few entrepreneurs realized something important early on. Luxury is not about usefulness or necessity. It is about rarity and the story behind it. Elephant milk already stood apart because it contains proteins and fats that are different from what we find in cow milk. That difference sparked curiosity among scientists and food experts. A simple but risky question followed. What would happen if this milk was turned into cheese? The answer was not immediate, and it was far from easy. Years went into experimentation. Every step required careful handling, patience, and extreme precision. The cost kept rising, and progress was slow. Hundreds of liters of milk were needed just to create a very small block of cheese. Most trials ended in failure. Time slipped away. Money disappeared. Doubt grew. But after countless setbacks, it finally worked. When elephant cheese eventually appeared, it was never meant for shelves or mass sales. It was presented as an idea, not a product. It came wrapped in a story about science, patience, animals, and conservation. People were not buying it for hunger or flavor alone. They were paying to experience something rare, something that almost felt unreal. This is how millions are made in such industries. Not by producing more, but by keeping it scarce. Not through volume, but through exclusivity. But elephant cheese alone is not enough to explain the scale of money involved. On its own, it is rare, but rarity becomes far more powerful when it is paired with experience. This is where the real profit begins. The product is presented through private tastings, invitation-only gatherings, and carefully controlled access. Only a few people are allowed in. Media attention follows. Documentaries add another layer of meaning and visibility. Slowly, the cheese stops being just food. It turns into a symbol of access and status.
This is absolutely delicious. You have to try it. I'm glad you think so. I was told it was excellent.
People are no longer paying for what it is, but for what it represents. They pay huge sums not because they need it, but because almost no one else can have it. This is where tourism quietly enters the picture. Elephant sanctuaries connected to such projects become destinations for the ultra-wealthy. Visitors are promised ethical interaction, behind-the-scenes access, and the feeling of contributing to conservation. They sleep in luxury lodges, eat rare food, and post photos that signal exclusivity.
The density is just right.
And the fat content?
Each visit costs thousands, sometimes tens of thousands. Multiply that by a small number of visitors, and you begin to see how the money grows. Conservation plays a complex role in this world. On one hand, these projects do offer real protection to elephants. The money supports veterinary care, safeguards habitats, and funds ongoing research. In many cases, without this financial backing, conservation efforts would simply fail. But at the same time, another reality exists. Elephants slowly become assets within a system. Their value is measured, calculated, and planned around. Their presence turns into a brand that attracts attention and money. This is where the tension forms. Is the elephant being protected for its own sake, or being marketed for human benefit? Most of the time, the answer sits uncomfortably in between. Media plays a massive role in turning elephants into million-dollar icons. When a rare animal is seen doing something rare, attention follows naturally. Videos begin to spread. Articles are shared across platforms. What started as a small and quiet operation suddenly reaches a global audience. With visibility comes opportunity. This symbolism is used carefully in branding, in packaging, and even in the language chosen to describe the experience. Buyers are not simply purchasing food or access. They are purchasing meaning. They are buying a story that feels special and one they can later tell others. Behind all of this exists a level of labor that most people never see. There are handlers who have spent decades working closely with elephants, learning their behavior and earning their trust. Scientists focus quietly on studying milk composition and monitoring every small change. Caretakers dedicate entire days to observation, patience, and routine.
Keep the tension on the left side. Adjust that strap now. Looking good, everyone?
Nothing happens quickly. Every mistake carries a cost. Every shortcut increases the risk of failure. This invisible effort forms the foundation of the entire operation, and it is a major reason the final price is so high. Without this work, the system would not survive. Alongside effort comes risk. Elephants can become stressed, and when that happens, milk production can slow or stop completely. Public opinion is just as fragile. It can shift overnight. A single accusation of exploitation can undo years of careful work and planning. This is why modern elephant-based businesses place such heavy emphasis on transparency, ethics boards, and conservation partnerships. Would you support conservation projects that sell ultra-rare products? Or do you believe nature should never be turned into luxury? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into hidden industries and rare economies, make sure to like the video, share it with others who enjoy real stories, comment your opinion, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more content.